Growing up between the Bronx and Yorktown deeply shaped my views of inequality, and it's a big reason I believe the things I do today.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Man, we pulled a number on AOC this weekend and went viral and got on trending and everything because we exposed her for the fraud that she is. But you may well be asking, why do you care so much about this member of Congress? I mean, she doesn't even know how to use a garbage disposal. This is a real video.
This is a garbage disposal.
This is real.
I've never seen a garbage disposal. I never had one in any place I've ever lived. It is terrifying. I don't know what to use it for or what its purpose is. Like food scraps? Like, is this environmentally sound? I don't know.
So why care so very much about the third-term congresswoman from the Bronx? Obviously a place that is perfectly happy having this low IQ communist represent them. They got other problems. Trust me, I was just there. Why does it matter so much? Well, a couple of things. First off, AOC is near the very tippy top for who the Democrat Party wants to run their party in the 2028 presidential polling. This may come as a shock to you, but not if you're paying attention. The party has swung wildly in the direction of AOC's radicalism. In fact, AOC is a massive advantage on Chuck Schumer. He's the Senate leader. Of course, he's represented New York for as long as I've been alive. And AOC is here ready to take him out if she were to run against him. He's also set to be elected or not in 2028. So AOC could make that tact and that turn. AOC knows she's quickly entering abuela phase, and so she's got to act now, right? Well, you still got the spice, you still got the hate. The point is that AOC is a ripe political target because she is the center of power in the Democrat Party. These polls prove it. President Trump, of course, never want to miss a target. Says stupid AOC, one of the dumbest people in Congress, now calling for my impeachment, despite the fact that crooked and corrupt Democrats have done that twice before. The reason her rantings is the victories for the United States under the Trump administration. Democrats aren't used to winning. She can't stand the concept of a country being successful again. When we examine her test scores, we will find out that she's not qualified for office. When we examine her test scores. She's seriously a low IQ individual. This caused AOC to clap back at Trump and to say, a Bronx girl like me will eat a Queens boy like you for breakfast. That's right. Mr. President, don't take your anger out on me. I'm just a silly girl. What? What is wrong with her? Anyway, this whole like Bronx girl shtick, it's just getting so old. And those who know she's not from the Bronx. If you're a Bronx girl, then why are you in my Yorktown yearbook? Give it up already. Says Matt Slater. This is very interesting. Here's the photo, ladies and gentlemen, of AOC in the yearbook. Uh-oh. Yorktown yearbook? Well, what's a Yorktown? Yorktown is, of course, the leafy, clean, safe, beautiful suburb that's like an hour outside of the Bronx, way upstate in Westchester County, where all the rich people live. That's where AOC is actually from. That's where she graduated high school. That's also where she went to preschool, elementary school, middle school. AOC's been there since she was an infant. AOC grew up in Yorktown Heights, a $180 cab ride from the Bronx. She spent as much time in the hood as Elizabeth Warren spent at the Battle of Little Bighorn. So this is my entire timeline was calling this fraud out. Now, of course, we've known about this fraud for a long time, but I've never been able to do anything about it. Now, we finally did. We just decided, let's let her rip. Let's go up to Yorktown Heights and just see this place. I'd never been there. AOC's been doing a lot of yapping this week. Bust out the old I'm a Bronx girl shtick. Even attacked Trump for being from Queens. Weird thing is AOC is not from the Bronx. Should I expose the leafy, safe, clean little hamlet where AOC is actually from? And everybody seemed to agree with that. So he went and did it, went viral. It's been seen by millions, and it got nearly 100,000 likes on YouTube. Over here on X, it's done millions of views. Let's go ahead and check in. 6.2 million views. Well, there you go. AOC built a political brand on being a Bronx girl. Is that true? No, it's a lie. I traveled to AOC's hometown to investigate. If you'd like to watch that investigation, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Link in the description. There's the link. But it's very interesting to me how viral this went. Americans really wanted to hear this story. It's weird how the global media, who's all based in New York, let this obvious lie sit right in front of their faces. I guess this is what independent media is for. Thank you very much for supporting us. Now, once we dropped that, my entire timeline was flooded with people calling AOC a carpetbagging fraud with undeniable receipts. But AOC didn't chirp once about it. We actually shut the yapper of AOC, maybe one of the greatest accomplishments of this site ever. No yapping, radio silent. That's a world record. Working class stolen valor attack really destroyed AOC. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the attacks were ratcheting up on AOC, here you go. AOC's previous home in Yorktown Heights is now valued at over $500,000. Homes in the nearby range from $600,000 to $800,000. AOC is not a Bronx girl. She is privileged. AOC responded to this by saying, I'm proud of how I grew up, and I talk about it all the time. My mom cleaned houses and helped me with SAT prep. You went to Boston University. Growing up between the Bronx and Yorktown deeply shaped my views of inequality. It's a big reason I believe in the things I do today, says AOC. This is her, like, obviously there's too many exclamation points in this. This is her, like, very weak-ass response that was clearly written by a publicist. She hasn't responded since. She hasn't responded to our reporting. Leading to headlines like this. AOC has dismantled her Bronx girl tough talk with one old yearbook photo. A couple things. If she's proud about how she grew up, why doesn't she talk about it? All you can find is her saying, I'm a Bronx girl, I'm a Bronx girl, I'm a Bronx girl, time and time and time and time again. We have a whole sequence of it in our video. That's all she ever says. She's a Bronx girl. In one particularly egregious video, she says, I grew up first generation in the Bronx. She didn't grow up in the Bronx at all. It's all a lie. She grew up in this leafy, beautiful neighborhood in what is now a $500,000 house. Okay. She grew up between the Bronx and Yorktown. No, you didn't. You're going to have to prove that. You have any photos? You have anything to prove that you were in the Bronx at all? No, she doesn't. She doesn't have anything. She has nothing. In fact, it's the opposite. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez won a prestigious science fair prize for research involving free radicals. Would you look at that? Look at her. Look at Sandy as she went by at her beautiful, rich, and prestigious high school. I'm not the one who's lying here. What I'm trying to tell you is that these people are frauds and that Kamala Harris lied about working at McDonald's, and it's going to be the same thing. It's working class stolen valor. This is why these people, they hate themselves. It's all about self-loathing. These people who preach constantly to you about identity, who lecture and moralize to you about how important identity is, your immutable qualities, they can't stand themselves when they look in the mirror. And it's really a pathology. It's very sad, frankly. But they're all liars. They're all liars. That's why we're really happy that President Trump has endorsed AOC for president. Here we go. Donald Trump saying that he wants AOC and Jasmine Crockett to run on a ticket for president in 2028. Very, very good. Very good. Why does this happen? I'm not sure. But it's exciting. It's like our great honor to call it out and to show people what an absolute fraud that AOC is. It's been a lot of fun, and honestly, like, now tens of millions of more people like understand what a liar she is. But why lie about something like this? Well, you know why. Doesn't fit the narrative, right? Yeah. You can't say I grew up rich or that I grew up without some type of like horrible origin story where you're a victim. The social justice warrior won't allow you to. That's a shame. It really is. Because Yorktown Heights is a beautiful, beautiful little place. So whatever. AOC, everybody now knows you're a fraud. Enjoy the fries with Kamala. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe.